Let's go, let's go, let's go. SleezBall here. Welcome into my YouTube channel. This is going to be my tight end tier list heading into week 3. I will start with the ballers at the top, head to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, which will be the top 20, and then I'll give you sleepers that are, with how the tight ends going this year, I'm going to try and pull out some sleeper picks for you to plug and play if you don't like the tight end situation you have. I'm also going to use these top 10 rankings of pictures from here is Travis Kelce, David Njoku is Fantasy Pros top 10 rankings. Shout out to Fantasy Pros for always dropping the stats to help us all out as content creators. And then 11 through 20, which you see Hunter Henry to Gerald Everett. That is the 11 to 20 ranking they have. I'm going to mix and match my own in off volume and matchups and stuff you think I like. And then these players on the left side, these 8 tight ends here on the left are going to be dark horse throws that I might use or might not use. And I'll talk about each one either way at the end. And let's start balling, baby. Let's go. At number 1, of course, the only reliable, literally right now, tight end in the NFL is going to be Travis Kelce at this point. I mean, this position is killing everyone. And I feel like this game against the Bears is going to be a Kelce game. He looked a little slow off the injury last week. Still got a touchdown. Dropped another touchdown. He's always going to be number 1. I mean, probably until he retires, man. This guy's probably the greatest of all time. Travis Kelce, definitely the only reliable tight end right now. So they have Mark Andrews at 2. I am not going to go Mark Andrews at 2. I do not like the matchup this week. I do not like the volume that he's going to see in this game. It's going to be a lot more, I believe, of the Ravens' run game against the Colts than it is the pass game. So I'm going to go right here with TJ Hawkinson, who was my bold prediction last week as a top 3 tight end. And he was tied into 1. That was a nice call. So he gets this. If you watched any of my previous videos, running back, wide receiver, I want every piece of this game. You want all the wide receivers. You want the quarterbacks. You want the running backs. You want everything. In the Chargers-Vikings game, there's no defense period on the field. This is going to be a 70-point over-under, maybe 35, 38, 30, 33. Very high-scoring game. Fireworks will be flying. A lot of points around. TJ coming off a monster game last week. I like him a ton also heading into this week. And for number 3, it's not going to be Mark Andrews either. It is going to be Darren Waller. Finally found rhythm last week, had a 10-point game. Now, the reason I'm putting Waller over Mark Andrews is, again, volume. I do think they're in trouble against the Niners on Thursday night. This could get out of hand quick. And I don't know, if they're going to play Darren Waller down the third quarter, if they're down 30-0 or something like that. But Darren Waller will see volume. The Niners defense is actually weaker versus the tight end than it is run game, corner, secondary, stuff like that. So Darren Waller should see a lot of volume in this game. This should be a Waller smash play time. He just needs to find the end zone, man. And Daniel Jones doesn't look good, man. It's kind of a struggle right now. So I love Darren Waller at 3 this week, and I think he's going to score. I hope I see it. And I'm a Niner fan. I hope I see it Thursday night. I mean, I think we're going to blow the doors off him, but I hope Darren Waller produces because I really like Darren Waller this week. Number 4, again, we're avoiding the tops right here, guys. I'm going to go with David Njoku. Now, here's why. The Tennessee Titans right now are the worst, or I think second worst versus the tight end position on the season. This is the Njoku smash play. You now have Chubb out, which should see more volume for Amari Cooper and Njoku and maybe some Elijah Moore, mix it in here and there. But this is the game where Njoku finds the end zone. He's my baller. He's number 4. He's going to do it. I believe. So I have David Njoku at 4. He's finding the end zone this week versus Tennessee. I'm booking it. I'm also going to do a couple prop bets on it and stuff, but I like him at 4. Number 5, staying away from all the guys that Fantasy Pros think, all of them. I don't know how in the hell they are not ranking Hunter Henry in the top 5 or top 10 right now. I mean, he's literally his snap count percentage is at 92%. He's a tight end 1 overall on the season. He gets the Jets, who are the second, let me make sure this is right real quick here. He gets the Jets, who are, I think, 4th worst or the 3rd worst versus the tight end. This is a smash play right here. Like, how is Hunter Henry not ranked higher? I am putting him at 5, just like I did last week. He was a baller play. I hit 3 out of my 5 ballers last week, if you guys want to recap it on top, out of the top scores. And tight end is very hard to hit. My week 1 wasn't that good, but week 2 was a nice play. At number 6, we're going to go with the safe play. and Mark Andrews. But I do think all 5 of these guys outscore Mark Andrews because of right here. Again, like I was talking about earlier, I believe that the Ravens are going to get ahead and get away with this game against the Colts. We don't know if Anthony Richardson is in the clear concussion protocol. I'm pretty sure he is. But I don't think they stay in this game at all. I think it becomes a Gus Edwards, Justice Hill ground pound game. Baltimore defense is a very nice play. I mean, it's going to be a lot of turnovers from the Colts, I believe. So I'm going to put Mark Andrews at 6 just because he's Mark Andrews, and it's, he might get 7 to 8 points, which is huge for the tight end position this year. So I'm putting him there. Heading over to number 7, this guy's got to wake up, man. Dallas Goedert has like 5.1 points on the season. Tampa Bay is a green smash play for tight end. This should be a Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith all having a good game here in this game. Tampa does stop the run well, but they don't stop the pass well. I like Dallas Goedert at number 7 this week, and I'm going to say 10-plus points. He's going to wake up. He's going to find the end zone. 10-plus points, finally, for Dallas Goedert. At number 8, I'm not even going to go Kittle. I'm crazy like that. Sam Laporta is the best value that you could get at tight end in the draft, and it wasn't even close with how the points are going right now. Or you could say Hunter Henry, I guess, but not many people drafted Hunter Henry. Sam Laporta with 83% snap share average. That's tight end 1 usage on a high-powered offense. He's seeing floor volume. If you compare it to the tight end scoring that's happened right now, it's tight end 1 floor volume. I mean, the points are super low, but he's seeing like a floor volume that's better than everybody right now. I mean, seems like the safest play at tight end because everyone else has had a big game. Like Waller had a 10 and a nothing, and Joker had a nothing. Hawkinson had a baller and a nothing. Andrews only put 1 game. Goddard's had decent and nothing, and Laporta's put together 2 solid floor games. So I like Sam Laporta as a safe play over these tight ends right now. At number 9, Kittle diddle. I'm really worried about Kittle though this week. His talent's going to put him at 9. But like I was saying with the Giants game with Waller, I mean, the Niners could get ahead by 30 again, and this could be just a pound the run game. CMC will probably be out by the end of the 3rd or half of the 3rd, and Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, and it'll just be a ground and pound run fest to end it, especially with Saquon out. The Giants are in a lot of trouble. I know they said he's day-to-day or he feels better. He's not playing, man. There's no way. At number 10, he's surprising me and surprising me more. His usage is through the roof, and he's going to break out here soon, man. Dalton Kincaid. These rookies are beating the vets, man. It's very crazy. You don't expect rookie tight ends to be having this great of a start to the season. They're usually like slow, like week 7, week 6, or week 8 kick in. So Dalton Kincaid, 70% snap share average over 2 games. Just like a floor like Sam Laporta, 5, 6, average right now, which is great for the tight end position. He's going to find the end zone here soon. I like the chances a lot in this game for him to find the end zone. And the reasons being is that the Commanders are not good at stopping the tight end at all. This is a plus smash for him. Their defense is good, but their linebackers against the tight end, I think when I was reading, it was like 27th or 26th, which is not great. Which this should be a nice, he's a startable tight end now. With again, how bad everyone else is. I like Dalton Kincaid at 10. I said I wouldn't do it. I'm going to do it just because the matchup, man. So Kyle Pitts is going to be on my sell now list on Twitter, 100%. This guy's only ran 47 routes in 2 games. It's this system has his career just shambles. I mean, it's terrible. And if you drafted him, it's really hard to let that capital go, but it is time to sell at 100%. But this game against Detroit, so if you look at it, the snap, when I say he's only ran that many routes, right? You have to look at it like the Falcons were actually up in those games. When the Falcons are up, Arthur Smith is going to pound the run regardless. They ran the ball 45 times in week 2, man. Now against the Lions, how often do you think the Falcons are really going to be up, right? So here's the plus side to week 3. This is why I have Kyle Pitts in a higher level than he should be, like 22, 23, literally. Maybe not even on the board with how mad I am at Kyle Pitts. But this is the last time. I swear to God, I promise myself I will not do it again. Kyle Pitts is at 11. He should have a good game here, man. He should. And that's all I'm going to leave it at is right there. It's number 11, Kyle Pitts. Number 12 is going to be Evan Ingram. But a lot of these game scripts for these tight ends this week are scary. So this is a game where I think it's going to be an ETN smash game against the Texans. So it's like same conversation I'm having with Waller, same conversation I'm having with Mark Andrews, same conversation with George Kittle. I don't know if Evan Ingram doesn't find the end zone in the first half, how long are they going to be in this game, right? So even though the Jags like held on with the Chiefs and it was an ugly game last week, but Evan Ingram is seeing production at, I think he's tight end 13. He's decently on the board. I mean, his snap count is at 74% average between games, which is very nice. There's a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville, so I'm not super high on him. And Ridley missed 2 toe-tapping touchdowns last week. It's going to be the Ridley show. It's 100% official, but I'll put him at 12 just because the volume he's getting is better than the guys on the board. All right, ready for the mix-up? So these guys down here at the bottom are what they're ranked at right now. Here we go. Here is my tight end 13 on the week. Break it down why real quick here. Cade Otton, number 1 tight end in snap share last week. Saw incredible volume. Saw the best production game he had. I think he had 7.1 points and 0.5 PPR. Now, listen to me now. If you do not have a tight end to play this week and you don't like the matchups, you don't like anything I've said before, the Philadelphia Eagles have been destroyed by tight ends this year. Hunter Henry, week 1, ate him alive. Hawkinson, 30 points, week 2, ate him alive. This is a DFS smash play on Cade Otton versus Philly. They cannot stop the tight end, and you will have Evans and Godwin, which will open it up for him. I love Cade Otton this week. He's going to be my bold prediction at tight end later on Twitter down the road. Smash play. Number 14 coming around here. I don't know what to do with Pat Freiermuth, man, but I'm going to get to him next. Tyler Higbee versus Cincy on Monday night. I mean, I've been seeing some tweets saying he's droppable. I don't believe that he's droppable. He's had 2, slow games, but he is 92% snap share in an offense that looks very potent with McVay coaching an absolute amazing season right now. Even though they lost to the Niners, that was still impressive. He hasn't seen the targets. I do believe they will come. Since he is number 5th worst versus the tight end, this should be a good play for him this week, but with how the tight ends are going, I don't know what a good play is at this point. So it's been so bad. I mean, I'm going to put him at 14. And then just on talent, I have to put Pat Freiermuth in top 15. I can't drop him out. This guy has 0 week 1, 1 target week 2, or 0.5 points week 2. I don't know what is going on with Kenny Pickett and the Steelers offense. Najee Harris is a sell now. George Pickens is the only thing that looks good. Pat Freiermuth he's so good. They have to feed this guy the ball more, or I'm going to be dropping him down the tiers week by week. And I hate to say that. I was really high on Pat coming in. I missed this by a mile. I know it's only 2 weeks. Don't overreact, but it's really tough to start Pat right now. I mean, I could see him being on the wires tonight when the wires hit 100%. Heading over to 16. Going way away from their rankings. He found his groove, guys. He found his groove last week. Dalton Schultz had a rough week 1. Okay. He had 1 target or something week 1. It was very bad. Week 2, got 5 points in fantasy, started to wake up. CJ Stroud starting to get his groove. And CJ Stroud looks really promising for the future, guys. He looks really good. Nico Collins is balling, opening it up now. Now he's becoming the premier target, so that will open up more for Schultz. I like the volume of the Texans being behind. And I think if he's on your wire, I like him right now where he's at 16 better than anyone else left on this board down below. So if you're thinking about any of these guys in this picture right here that are down below, I like Dalton Schultz better than all the rest of the guys that are left. Heading to number 17, I want you to trip out for a second here. Luke Musgrave, okay? This guy is actually a serviceable starting tight end, and no one really trusts a rookie. But so from his week 1 snap shares at 75%, week 2 became 88%. It's just going to get more and more. This guy is versatile, lines up all over the field, left tight end, right tight end. Z back. He's even blocking as a fullback in plays. He's very impressive. If he didn't get hurt at Oregon State in college, I believe he would have been one of the top tight ends in the draft, and the Packers have an absolute steal. This should be a buy now tight end with the volume he's getting if you don't have a tight end, and it wouldn't take much draft capital at all. At 18, this guy is only here, Jake Ferguson. I'm only putting here again because of game script, man. So, like 5 of these tight ends in the top 20 are falling, on my opinion, to game script. Jake Ferguson's playing the Cardinals. The Cowboys are going to crush this team, man. So, I mean, he might see like 5 targets in the first half, and then that's it. I mean, I expect this to be like 25, 30-7 at halftime, maybe, if the Cardinals even score. And that's what's been bad for the Cowboys. I know they're producing, like, CeeDee Lamb looks amazing. I've always loved CeeDee Lamb. I mean, Tony Pollard's still dropping 20, but they're not even getting a full game script. Like, imagine when the Cowboys get in a shootout game, how many points are going to fly. Like, this team is really stacked. Jake Ferguson is an absolute steal. But again, it's a bad game script, so I'm dropping him to 18. At number 19, should be someone that you're targeting on your wire tonight if you're not. Zach Ertz is the most targeted tight end in the NFL. Hasn't done much with it, but volume is king, and he's getting more than everybody. He has more targets than every single tight end. I mean, in an offense, it's always going to be behind. I don't know if they're going to, use him as trade bait and they're just featuring him now, and then you're going to see Trey McBride take over, which I would assume would happen. They'd probably look for like a 6th-round pick or something, just, for draft capital next year because the Cardinals aren't competing with anything. But, I mean, he's putting up better numbers than he's tight end like 5, I believe. Or what? Let me pull it up real quick. What is he? Yeah. Tight end 5. So you have to like the volume, and you have to be able to put him in the top 20. I have to, just based on what I'm seeing weekly. Number 20 is one that I really, really don't like. But again, I've never been a Gerald Everett fan really ever. But this is a game again with the Vikings and Chargers. Like I said with Hawkinson, you want them all. You want all these guys, every single one of them. So if there's ever a game that Gerald Everett is a grab off the wire and play 1 week, this would be the only week I would ever recommend it is right now, because this game is going to be fireworks. But all the defenses are bad. So Gerald Everett may find the end zone this week as a dart throw, like 17%, 20%. At 21 is the tight end 9 on the season, Kylen Granson. Okay. No one knew who this guy was at all. Coming out of, I think it's Notre Dame. I believe I don't want to see it wrong here. Let me Google this up. But he has a massive amount of targets. Kylen Granson, college. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh, SMU. So see, I got it wrong. SMU, but he has 17 targets through 2 games. That's 3rd behind Zach Ertz. I mean, I know that Jelani Woods is out, but a rookie quarterback always wants their security blanket, and Kylen Granson is getting volume. He's very shifty too in the open field. He's quick, fast, he's young. It's a lot to like in a 3rd-year tight end too, instead of a rookie. But he's getting the shot, and I don't know if he's going to lose the job. I think he's going to keep it. So someone to keep your eye out for sleeper, Kylen Granson. 22 disappointed me last night on Monday night, but so did all the Panthers. I mean, this team is just bad. It's just flat out bad. Like, if you owe Miles Sanders, I would try and package him now. Honestly, I think Chuba's taking that job soon. They're going to go young. But coming back to Hayden Hurst, only 3.5 points last night. Didn't see the volume at all I thought he would see. But again, the Saints defense is number 1 versus the tight end. So it is very tough to play any tight end versus the Saints all year long. That's just what they've done for like the past 3 years, is shut down the tight end. But I do like Hayden Hurst going forward. He gets Seattle. This should be a game they're behind, and the passing volume is massive. I think Hayden Hurst is a very nice play this week coming in. You should be someone you're targeting on your wire either tonight, or if he doesn't get picked up, you should think about playing him over. I like him over Pat Freiermuth, honestly. So, something to think about. Number 23, this guy's balling. Logan Thomas, but I just don't trust it. The numbers are ridiculous with this guy. But it's just his name. I don't know what it is. Something about him. I can't figure it out that I can't start him. But man, he's producing more than every tight. Like he's like a top 7 tight end. Let me pull it up real quick here. I didn't have a so 82% snap share week 1, which puts him in the top 10 of tight ends. And then week 2, he caught the touchdown pass and got rocked. So he got knocked out with a concussion, but he was already on his way to a massive game. So, I mean, if he can clear concussion protocol for the week, I like it. I mean, as a, like, DFS play, really cheap. It's nice. They're playing the Bills. I think the Bills run him over. They will see passing volume. And he's been a target machine for Sam Howell. I mean, 8 targets week 1, 4 targets by the time he was hurt last week. He would have had 8 again. That would have been tied in 2 in targets. Like the average, it's Logan Thomas, man. Something to keep your eye on if he's playing this week and he clears concussion protocol. He is older, so I don't know, if he's going to clear in time or not. 24, sleeper number 4, I've been super disappointed with. I mean, if you watch my wide receiver video from earlier, this is where all receivers go to die. I mean, they just don't pass in Tennessee, man. It's just, God, I don't trust Chig. Like D-Hop came out week 1 with 13 targets and a dud last week. I'm literally keeping him at 24 just based off the athletic specimen that he is, and they need to utilize him more, but they're just not. I don't understand. I don't understand why the plays aren't drawn up for him. Last but not least, I got to throw him on here just because I still believe in Cole Kmet. The problem here is Justin Fields. I mean, Cole Kmet is a good tight end. He proved it last year when Justin Fields was clicking. They had like 4 touchdowns in a row, like week 15, 16, 17, 18. He was starting to click. And all of a sudden this year, Justin Fields looks like a deer in the headlights, man. I've seen tweets where he's missing 3 wide receivers in one play. They said he missed 17 wide receivers wide open in week 2, and he's just taking a sack. I don't know what is going on with the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields. But Cole Kmet should be higher than this, but since the problems are just going bananas, I just don't know. I don't know if I could start any Bears but DJ Moore at this point right now. So I'm going to put Cole Kmet at 25, and then I'm going to talk about these last 3 guys right here. Juwan Johnson, Derek Carr, just like I said this a while back too in a video, the Derek Carr doesn't usually target his tight ends unless they're superstars. Like if you look at Darren Waller, he targeted him, and then every time Darren Waller was out, Foster Moreau or tight ends like that did really nothing. And now Juwan Johnson's getting the same treatment. He's literally getting nothing. He should be on your waiver wires. Irv Smith is so talented. This guy's only 24 years old. I had to look that up earlier to find that out. I thought he was like 26, 27. This guy's young, talented, just riddled by injuries. And he gets Jamar Chase and Higgins to draw attention. I just don't feel like Burrow is in his right. He's not healthy. He doesn't look right. Irv Smith should be getting more volume, but he's not. For right now, I'm going to leave Irv off the top 25 list. And last but not least was my bold prediction last week. I went super bold and said that Adam Troutman was going to get a touchdown and 10-plus fantasy points. And he gave me a 0, folks. So Adam Troutman is completely gone off my tier list after that. So that is it, guys. That is my top 25 tight end tier list. As always, if you like the content, like and subscribe. Help your boy out. I am chasing 1,000 subs. I've been pumping out content, trying to bring you guys the best fantasy football stats and knowledge I can to help you win your leagues. If you guys have any questions, comments, trades, etc., dynasty, redraft, whatever it is, drop it in the bottom. And that is it for me tonight, guys. Tomorrow, I will be bringing my stardom, situm, every position, every game. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Have a good night. Peace.